following is not normally produced by the pancreas? So we're looking for an incorrect answer here. So in order to approach this question, let's see if there are one or two that we know for sure is something that's correct, and then we could narrow it down to the two others and then discuss. So if you remember the pancreas and the role of the pancreas, this is related to glucose, blood glucose regulation. So glucose regulation. So the role of the pancreas in a normal functioning pancreas is to control how much glucose is released if there's a need for more glucose to be released, and also managing lowering blood glucose levels. So, for instance, insulin that's listed here, insulin is released by the pancreas in the presence of glucose in the blood, so then it could enter the cells, so the glucose enters the cells, so it could be used for energy. And in order for the glucose to enter the cells, insulin needs to be released. And the insulin would be released in the presence of higher glucose levels to regulate and lower it in the blood, so this glucose could then be used for energy in the cells. So insulin, when you have your blood, so you've got your blood, there's some glucose or sugar here. Then we have our pancreas, so that's a drawing what the pancreas would look like. And then it'll know to release the insulin. So we have our insulin here, which acts as sort of a key to unlock the cells. So we've got our cells here. So now that the insulin's there to unlock, now all of this glucose can enter the cells, and then by entering the cells, it will decrease inside of the bloodstream because it's leaving the blood to enter the cells. So that's how insulin works, and this is something that is managed by the pancreas. So we're looking for something that is not normally produced by the pancreas. So because insulin is normally produced by the pancreas, we could eliminate option A. Option B, similarly, glucagon would be released if there's a low blood sugar. So if, let's say you have your blood here and there's very little blood sugar, maybe this person hasn't taken in enough, there's not enough energy, and we want the blood sugar to be higher, so the pancreas will know to release the glucagon to raise blood sugar levels. So the glucagon will go as a way to raise blood glucose levels. And now this is something that is a normal function of a normal functioning pancreas, and therefore we could eliminate option B because we are looking for which one is not normally produced by the pancreas. So for this reason, we were able to narrow down to option C and option D, somatostatin and gastrin. So which one is it? So let's take a look here at gastrin. Gastrin is something that is used to regulate digestion. It is a hormone for digestion. Hormone. And yes, this is something that is produced within the body for digestion, but is it produced from the pancreas? And the answer is no. It actually comes from the G cells of the stomach, and it is used for digestion, and the stomach helps allow this to happen. But since the question is asking which is not normally produced by the pancreas, then gastrin is looking like a good answer because it's not produced by the pancreas, it's produced by the stomach. So we could go with option D. As opposed to somatostatin, as option C has listed, this is also part of the pancreas, just like insulin and glucagon. It is used as an inhibitory mechanism, so if there's too much of insulin or too much of glucagon, it helps reduce the two when they're no longer needed in the high amounts. And it is related to the pancreas, and we're looking for which one is not normally produced by the pancreas, so for that reason, we can eliminate option C. And that leaves us with gastrin, option D, as our correct answer here.